What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of the Timezone Derby Podcast. How we going, boys?
Yo, how's it going?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, so we've been wanting to do this for ages, haven't we? Just
Yeah,
Yeah.
talk
yeah,
about football.
it's been months
Yeah.
actually since we actually came up with the idea. So I'm actually glad that we're actually able to get recording now.
Scheduling issues because
Yeah, because someone just kept dodging.
someone
I
lives
know.
across the world, so
All right, I guess we should start with introductory stuff. So, I'm Ekis. I'm an Aussie Arsenal fan, and yeah, I'm a TikTok content creator. I guess you could call me that. And yeah, I've been wanting to do a pod for ages, but I haven't had enough people to do it with. So I got my boys here.
Yeah, I know, I like that. I'm Lopo. I am originally from Mexico, but I live in the US now. And I'm a Club America and Manchester City fan.
Shit,
And
I'm
I'm
also
not
a
a goal.
Brisbane Roar fan, but no one knows who that is unless you're from Australia.
I'm Adam. I'm from America as well, and I'm a Barca fan. So
Yeah, shocker. American Barca and City fan.
Classic.
Who would have?
Wait, City, dude. No one supports City, bro. Let's be for real.
Bro, are you serious? Or your whole fan base is from America?
Arsenal has the biggest fan base in America, by the way. So
Well, I'm not American, am I?
Well, we're just saying. All right, okay.
yeah,
Let's get started.
So
that's true, I guess.
I guess we may as well just start with
The big game.
probably the biggest game of the weekend, which was the
Biggest
Madrid
game of
derby. Atletico absolutely embarrassed Real Madrid. I couldn't believe it. I was expecting Madrid to win.
That's like 10% what we're gonna do to them. Like when they play Barca, it's gonna be even worse. Like imagine when Atletico smacks them like that.
Gang, just
When-
stop. Just stop.
Dude, chill out, bro. No, yeah, Atletico looked a bit shaky in the start of the game. I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought Real Madrid were dominating, but then they got that first goal in, and from then Madrid started to dominate again. Real Madrid, they got the 2 goals in, and then as soon as Atletico got that equalizer, bro,
It was all.
it was
Atletico.
over. Yeah, it was
I don't-
all Atletico.
I don't know what it is with Madrid. I think their midfield is, as much as they talk about their defense is bad, I think their midfield is just so like bland, bro.
Look, Madrid, like they'd had a good start to the season. That was the first Madrid game I actually watched this season. A lot of people watched them against Marseille in the Champions League. I didn't watch that. So I was interested to see how they would play. And I was watching sort of that game along with the Liverpool game. So I didn't get, the best sort of insight on the game, I should say. But I mean, yeah, Atletico looked really good. They've been terrible this season to start. I mean, they've been dropping points everywhere. And to come up against Madrid and play the way they did, I mean, it's pretty impressive,
No, it's a really good result for them.
Well,
I
what
think
do
it's
you-
giving what?
Oh, go ahead.
I think it's a good thing for Atletico because a lot of people had him as complete underdogs. They didn't even have him in the title race, for La Liga.
I know people that said Atletico were going to win the league, which shocked.
But when
Really?
when do you guys think
Yeah,
it's
I don't
time
know why.
for
I don't know why.
when do you
no.
guys think it's time for Simeone to go? Like
Bro,
has it not-
he should leave now.
like it's
Well,
been so long.
That's
like,
a whole different question because I think he's just won with that club at this point.
because
He should have left a while ago.
No, because the winning against Madrid now is just not really like it might be big, but like in the grand scheme of things, they haven't really played anyone special yet. The Marseille
Yeah,
game, honestly,
They've been getting wins, but now that they've come up against an actual top side, it
Yeah,
shows
bro, they
that a lot of the
struggled.
problems they had last season are still there.
they
Yeah,
struggled with Marseille.
someone that I will say, Hoyson had a horrible game.
Oh man,
Horrible game.
Hoyson.
Look, that guy's good, well, and all, but he had a terrible game. Like, it
Yeah,
was
he was
horrible.
awful. He looked so uncomfortable, and I think that's an issue with Madrid that I was skeptical about. That they sort of young defense. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're going to have the composure in a lot of the big games. Look, it is obviously early. It's only one game. You'd expect them to improve, but I mean, look, you gotta ask questions about that Madrid side still. A lot of people thought that Alonso would just come in and fix all the problems, but He's still
I-
got some work to do.
They're just
No.
missing a controller, bro. They're missing someone that controls the game. Like
Yeah.
Goulet isn't
Like a
Goulet isn't good
Cruz.
enough for
They're
that.
mi-
Goulet's not
missing-
good
they're
enough for
missing a
that.
Cruz.
No, it's literally Kroos because Guler, he's a baller. He balled out that game as well. Him
Yeah,
and
but
Mbappe,
he was really good.
him and Mbappe are the only
him and
things you can take away
Mbappe,
from
I
that.
thought.
But he's an attacker.
well.
He's not the one.
Yeah,
to,
dude, they're missing
Yeah,
Kroos.
but he's not that kind of player. He's a
That's what I'm saying.
he's a
yeah.
final
They-
third player. He's not really a
And
controller.
honestly, I don't see this. What's so special about Meston Tuno? That's his name. I feel like he hasn't done much either himself. From what
Oh,
I've
he's
seen.
still young. He's like
Did you
19,
say?
18.
But yeah, but
Oh,
he was
yeah,
he's been a starter.
okay.
He's been a starter up until the Atletico game.
Well,
And-
yeah, but he's still really young, bro. He just got moved up to Europe, so that there's like
But that's not an
we
excuse.
can give
That's
we can
just
give
not
him
an
a pass.
excuse. I don't get that he's young because it's
Well,
not
the
like
thing is, no
this
one's
isn't-
overrating
this.
him.
This isn't like academy games, bro. This is the highest.
No,
it
I
gets.
understand, but that's more on Xabi Alonso. If you're putting an 18-year-old and he's not performing to the level that you want him to, that's on you as a coach.
But that's
you
just because
Like-
everyone looks at Lamine, bro, and like
Oh my
just
God.
throw.
How are we talking about Lamine
Just
Yamal?
throw in this young guy. Let's throw in this
What?
young guy.
We're trying to go one fucking segment without mentioning.
Throw in a young guy that's young, and he'll just ball out.
Dude, I'm
It's-
surprised you didn't say they needed a Pedri. Like,
But that's what they did.
That is
That's
what they
our-
need, though.
no,
That
I
is
know,
what they
I'm
need.
but I'm just
You know,
I'm surprised you didn't
That's
say
what
that.
Arsenal did against Liverpool. They put Endowment in right wing, and what did he do? He looked scared out there, bro.
Bro, that was like the dumbest. Anyway,
He looked terrified. You know,
anyway,
like it doesn't.
back to
All right,
back to the
okay,
game.
but back to the
I
Madrid
think
game.
that is a big issue for Madrid. They just don't really have a technical controller in that midfield. They've got a lot of physical midfielders. Like Tchouaméni's had a good start to the season, I think, and I think he's gonna do well under Alonso. But yeah, they need a Cruz replacement, and that was really clear last season. And I do think whilst Madrid did address some of their issues in the transfer window, you know, bringing in Trent to add a bit of creativity, addressing that defense by bringing in some good young defenders. When you know Rudiger and Militao, they're kind of past it. That is an area that they didn't address, and it's a pretty difficult position to fill. Like it's a very important player, and they're hard to come by for cheap. So that's definitely an issue for them. I mean, look, what was their starting?
But it's also, you know, it was interesting because Atletico played pretty attacking for once, and they actually
well, okay, Atletico are
they did pretty well for.
I mean,
like,
defensively,
trying to attack.
Madrid were atrocious.
no,
Like,
they were terrible. I mean,
it felt like
But honestly, if I'm Atletico, I'm looking at this like maybe we attack more than we defend. Because once they play a big game against Barca or in the Champions League, remember the what was it? It was like 2022. It was it was a quarterfinal against City. They played like 10 men back. That both games ended like 0-0, 1-0. It was just
no,
boring.
not the second leg. I know which one you're talking about. The second leg, it was City that played the haram ball. It was City that were sitting back.
Was
Atletico
it?
hit the post twice, and they should have tied that game.
Was it
but-
because they were down by 1?
Yes, it was. Yeah, they were down by 1.
See, that's the thing. See how when they attack, they create threat. They're not bad when they attack.
Well, especially when you have up top, when you have Julian Alvarez, who, by the way,
Yeah,
is
so-
insane. He's been popping
oh
off.
mate, performance.
Yeah,
That performance.
you already know. You already know what I'm about to say.
He was
future,
ridiculous.
future Barca player, by the way.
Hey, no, shut up, bro.
Dude.
Come on,
Don't talk
come on,
about-
come on. You know he's coming to Barca, bro.
No, dude, we saw the beginning of him at City. He was amazing, but he's just
Look,
there's someone better.
I remember when
than
he signed for Atletico, not the summer just gone, the previous summer. I was a little bit skeptical. I didn't think the fee was justified because he was playing well at City, but he wasn't really able to get consistent minutes.
But that's not his fault. I
He's
mean, that's
proven
more of a-
me. I know, but he's proven me wrong massively. Like he's been sensational for them, especially this season. Like he scored. Who was it against when he scored the hat trick to basically?
I don't know, but I know.
bail them out and get them 3 points.
Nah,
He's
no,
got two
he's
goals-
he's been
got 2
insane.
goals in the last 10 minutes. Like he had a ridiculous performance.
And that free kick, bro.
Yeah, he ripped him to shreds. He
It
absolutely
wasn't-
ripped.
You know he's
that-
actually he
that
takes their
defense to shreds.
corners. He takes their corners as well. He's just everywhere for them, bro.
He takes the
He does-
corners.
Yes, I was surprised. I was like, what the
He's
fuck?
a set piece. Well, dang.
Honestly, it tells you.
I
bro,
mean, he's
like-
pretty short to be able to go up for a header, so I guess that makes
No,
sense.
I do think one positive for Madrid is that they look dangerous every time they were on the attack.
Yeah,
I will say that.
But
like
Vinny's
that's more of an Mbappe thing. And
Vinny
thing.
played all right. I thought Vinny was actually
No, yeah,
actually right.
Vinny didn't do that bad, but
No,
that's more.
but the
Madrid
past
for the past couple of
season-
years, they've been a team where their individual aspects is what helps
Yeah,
them.
they get
games.
bailed out by individual
Yeah,
quality.
exactly. That's what happened in the
past season and
2022.
a half. Vinny's been so terrible, bro. It's like really bad. I don't know how you go from like
It
it's
was
almost
Ballon
like
d'Or, man.
it's
It was
almost like
Ballon d'Or.
It's almost like Foden, bro. You go
All
from
right,
the
bro.
highest level,
All right, bro.
you go from PFA to just like you
Dude,
just drop.
okay, with Vinicius, it was definitely the Ballon d'Or. At the end of the day, whether you think or not he deserved it, that's what killed him because he thought he deserved it. And then not doing that, not giving it to him, just genuinely killed him, I think, as a player. It killed his confidence.
But like,
Because
come
I don't
on,
know if
bro.
you've seen, in the last year and a half, I haven't seen a single time that Vinicius has been an asshole like he usually is. Like he hasn't,
I mean,
done anything.
I haven't watched a whole lot of Madrid.
Yeah, I haven't watched a whole lot of anything, but no one's really been saying, "Oh, Vinicius needs to get humbled." Like I think he's actually calmed down. I think the Ballon d'Or helped him be a little bit more humble, and I think that's what he needs.
Look, apparently, from what I've heard from Madrid fans, apparently he has started the season quite well.
Okay,
Yeah, like
yeah,
he's
let me
actually
look at
been
his
playing
stats.
all right for them, and I do think that it'll be interesting that with the Rodrigo and Vinny situation because I heard Rodrigo against Marseille was like phenomenal in that game, and he's been good as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how
But you know
how
what's the thing
Alonso
with
lines up that attack.
the thing is with Vinny though is he just does not show up for Brazil at
dude.
all either. Like that's one thing.
Okay,
It's
but
like,
that's a whole nother topic, dude. Vinicius has started a good game. In the last 7 starts he's had this season, he's got 7 GA, which I know it's not everything, but that's good. You know, whenever you want someone that gives you output.
but so I guess, but like
Yeah,
some
I
players
mean,
give
look,
it up out.
Madrid have to fix up that defense. That's
They have to.
definitely
They're not going to
the
win
biggest
any
issue.
big titles if in the big games you
I
just
don't think
concede
it's the
a lot of
defense.
goals like that.
I think it's the midfield.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's the. I think that's right. I think that's spot on.
The midfield just doesn't. It just even
I mean,
like
when
even
they have
have
Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Valverde. Valverde had a
they,
shocker. That was one of the worst games I've seen Valverde
bro.
play
It's like the
in a Madrid
most
shirt.
like opposite three together. You know, it's
No,
not
I
like
know what you mean.
it's not like they're linked together. It's just the most opposite three.
And
Valverde's more of like a box crasher. You know, like
But
Valverde can.
Bellingham's the same.
that's what I'm
Bellingham's the same
saying.
guy.
They don't link. They don't link. They're not meant to be together. Like I think two controllers can play together, but two box crashers box to box is a little
Yeah,
different.
they definitely need a controller.
I think it was better with Valverde playing right back. I think they might as well put him back and right back and like
Yeah, especially while Trent's out and
Carvajal's
Dude,
out too. I
Carvajal
think.
wasn't very good. He got hooked after an hour.
Dude, because if Atletico did this to Madrid, imagine what Barca and Liverpool are gonna do, bro.
I'm not scared of Liverpool. I'm Liverpool won't do much better because
Bro,
Bro,
Like,
Liverpool are going to
we'll
do
get to
great.
it.
we'll get to Liverpool, but
We'll
they're
get to Liverpool.
they're cooked, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So yeah, Adam, as a Barca fan, like how does that game make you feel about I don't know
Well,
season ahead?
well, I guess we could transition to Barca now because now they're top of the league with yesterday's win.
Yeah,
And I think the biggest like takeaway I think from the Barca game yesterday is like the mentality, bro.
I mean,
We could be
I didn't watch it, but
we were down 1-0 early, and I feel like a couple years ago we would have been so down and just let it get to us.
because
And like we
didn't you have another comeback against that newly promoted side on the
yeah, it was a smaller one. It was like 3-1. We honestly outplayed them a lot, but the big difference was Lamine Yamal, bro. He came back from injury, first 10 minutes, assist, bro. Like
It's
you know,
that and Hansi Flick, bro. Hansi Flick gets you that
Hansi Flick is
mentality.
good. He's a really good coach, and he can tell he doesn't play around. And I think the difference is the players are more humble because like if a player is late or they do some BS, they get benched. That's it. Clear cut, you
Yeah.
get benched. Even if it's Rafinha, he got benched. Quinn got benched multiple times. Rashford's gotten benched. Like, and honestly, you don't see them go on social media and complain. They don't ask for a coach change. They don't, like, don't play for go practice. They just let it slide. They know they're wrong and they just go on because that's what's best for the team. I
Yeah.
think what it is, and a lot of clubs suffer from this. And like, we'll probably get to that eventually, but some clubs, their players, their egos are too big to a point where, and I think honestly, after Madrid's loss, it just gives us a clear way to go through, and I think we'll take the league up by like a lot. I think we'll go ahead.
Oh,
for, like-
I don't think it'll be like
No,
It won't be
no,
bad.
I think
I think we will.
dude, if we're being completely honest, it was one bad result for Madrid. Yes, it exposed a lot that they're missing, but they're still going to be fighting up there. If y'all, I mean, they can still beat y'all. Like it's not out of the question.
They can. Mbappe, it's just Mbappe, bro. Mbappe
Well,
scores
when is
against us.
the first El Clasico? Is it
I think
like
it's in October,
I think the
right?
26th. I think the
that
26th.
game's
Like
Of
in
gonna
last
October.
be
week.
that game's gonna be
Maybe
That game's gonna be insane, bro.
dude, Mbappe's a game changer. He plays so good against us.
No,
He
I know.
scores so many goals, dude.
Mbappe shows up against every team. I mean, it's just Mbappe. But yeah, dude, it was last Clasico where he got a hat trick and they still lost, right?
We
yeah.
were down 2-0, by the way,
Look,
early.
we'll talk about the previews and stuff at the end, but it'll be a big test for Barcelona coming up against PSG because both teams have quite a few key players out. Like who are you? Like you're missing Rafinha, you're missing
Rafinha.
Garcia. Who
Our
else is out for you
goalkeeper,
guys?
Isn't Fermin Lopez out too, or no?
he's out. Balde is back in the squad, but I don't think he'll start.
And then
Whereas
PSG are
PSG,
missing
like their
players.
injury list is ridiculous. They're missing like their
Seven
entire main
starters.
front three.
They're
They're
missing
missing
seven
Vitinha,
starters. Yeah.
Neves. Like this is a big
That
opportunity.
many?
Yeah, their injury list is crazy. Like, let me actually pull up their injury list for that game. It's ridiculous the amount of players they've got out.
It's annoying. I wanted to play them at full strength.
Anyway, we'll talk about that game later. But I mean, yeah, look, I think I was under the impression that the La Liga would be pretty close between Madrid and Barcelona this season. I liked some of the recruitment that Madrid had done. I still wasn't too sure about that midfield, but I thought that Alonso is a good enough coach that he'll manage to, address the issues and kind of fix it. And it was looking like that was the case early, but I think that result
I think they just
definitely,
ignored their.
as you said, it definitely exposed a lot of their problems.
They're
They just-
only 1 point behind. I mean, if we're being honest,
But
Madrid
yeah,
are gonna
it's
stay
the
up there
beginning
with.
of the season. But they just completely ignored their midfield issues and just got a right back they didn't really need, and they got us.
I wouldn't say
Hoyleson
they
was
didn't
obviously
need. I wouldn't say they didn't need Trent. Like he does help.
Carvajal was
in
just
order-
out the whole season. I think. I mean, dude, you were playing Valverde at right back, which yeah, he was doing a good job, but dude, he's
I
not-
would rather him as my right back than Trent, bro. That's the issue.
No.
Like-
Trent, dude, no, you're kidding me. Trent is
Bro,
once
Rashford's
Trent
gonna-
actually like locks in with Madrid, he's gonna be going crazy. I mean, obviously he'll still have his defensive issues, but offensively he'll be putting up like 14,
But I
15
honestly
assists.
think they can use him and Valverde well together because once they're in possession, Trent transitions back more into the midfield and Valverde covers for him on right back. And once they're defending, it's to say vice versa. I think they could really use them both together. It just depends how they use Trent. He can't just be a defensive right back. It's impossible.
No, he can't.
They have to be able to cover for him. Maybe go back.
But that's the
three.
problem when you've got such an inexperienced back line. I mean, like you saw at Liverpool when Van Dijk and Konate were covering for Trent. It was because they had a lot of experience in doing so. It's going to be very difficult for the Asensios, the Hoysons. It's going to be difficult for
The
them.
Militao to be able to drop back.
Yeah.
And the Carreras isn't any more defensive either. He goes up. He's always on the left flank. Like I don't know. It's weird. Cause that's how Chabi played. But
Yeah.
he's not playing a back five. He's playing a back four. If he might as well go back to a back five. I don't see why not.
Especially with Trent out. Like the issue with the back five for them when Trent's playing is Trent's not very fast. Like he doesn't have the recovery pace to bomb up and down that touchline. It's completely
true.
different going from Frimpong, who basically plays as a right winger and a right back for them at the same time. He's that quick that he can just bomb up and down, and he's still decently reliable defensively, even when he gets that high. Whereas Trent, like he can't really do that. I think Trent in a back five is probably it's food. He needs to stay quite deep, and he's got the ability to stay deep and still have an impact going forward because of his passing range. Like he can impact. He can make an impact in the final third from quite deep anyway. So he doesn't really need to play like that. I just think it would. If he goes to the back five, it would be completely misprofiling Trent, and then you can't play him as a centre back like that.
Well, you can't change him.
disgusting.
You can't change him around for Trent because he hasn't been that good either himself. Although he's new, yeah, blah blah blah, new season.
I mean, look, I guess it'll be a good time to trial it with Trent out. Like with Trent injured, maybe I don't know. Could they play Valverde there? He could probably do a job in that position. Maybe.
But that's the problem. Makeshift players that's just not. It's not sustainable. It's just
I
like
know, but Madrid don't really have the squad to. I mean, yeah, it's interesting to see how Alonso adjusts to that loss because he's gonna want to fix up that defense. He
He
is.
has to, bro. He has to. I think that because that's what exposed them really bad. Like 5-2, losing 5-2 and then the way they played the second half, they were gone.
Oh, they
I
were
didn't see
atrocious.
anything.
The first half, I agreed with Lopo. Like they were actually in it early. They were creating
Yeah,
chances. They were 2-1 up. But yeah, that second half, they were atrocious. They
that's what
just
I'm saying.
didn't. They looked so far off it.
I think the penalty really messed them up, which I mean I personally don't think it really was a penalty. I mean
That's
I
a
think
pen. That's a
I
high
think if you
dude.
kick someone in the face, like
Dude,
dude, but it was more. It was more.
Why are we
It was
forgetting
more of
about
the
the high
head,
dude?
dude. If you're putting your face into a cleat, of course it's gonna hit
No,
you.
he's not.
Yes,
He's going
dude,
for
he
the
got
ball.
the
He's
ball
going for
first,
the
and then
ball.
like half
Dude,
a second later, he
it's
hit him.
his first of
nah,
all,
it's a pen,
first of
bro.
all,
It's a pen.
isn't a high kick always a foul even if you get the ball first? Why are we forgetting to act like
Usually, unless
no,
you don't hit him.
always. He did hit him.
But they're
And
so inconsistent with it. I don't know. I just think it's a little
and
bit harsh.
isn't it a step
Look,
to the face?
I'm gonna
Isn't it?
have my say about the refs this week later.
Oh, with the
We shouldn't get
Gyökeres ban?
we shouldn't get too much into that.
Okay.
But I guess we can. Any of you guys have any final thoughts about Madrid or Barca or just that?
Look, Madrid and Barca. If I'm being honest, one of them, in my opinion, is going to be in the final of the Champions League. I don't know who.
Well,
One of them is. It's
one of them's gonna win the
dude,
Champions League.
because
buddy.
Madrid are a team that have shown that when they're bad,
Adam,
play
all you do
bad,
is talk, bro. All you do is
they
talk.
can do good. And then Barca,
I can't
I mean,
have
they're looking
confidence.
better and better every year. So I don't know. We're gonna have to. If they get knocked out, it's gonna be an upset. I don't think they're
Madrid by who? What do you
Madrid
mean?
or Barca. Like if either one get knocked
by
out, in the
anyone? No,
Champions League-
I think if Real Madrid played Liverpool, Liverpool would be favourites to beat them.
in the Champions League, I don't think so. I would.
Oh
If-
yeah,
if-
because
if
of
As-
their history.
If
and-
Arsenal,
Yeah,
if
like
Arsenal,
it, dude. It's well, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be an upset. But anyways, enough about that. What
I guess
can
we
we
can
talk
move
about
on to
next?
Liverpool because we've already mentioned them a few times. This result. It was coming, bro. It was coming, and it was a beautiful, beautiful hate.
I think it's the same thing with the Madrid game. It's a wake up call.
It is. It's a massive
Same thing.
wake-up call. Like if
Yeah.
Arne Slot didn't know that there were problems before that game, he sure as hell knows now.
I think it
Because
was obvious though.
I'll give my thoughts, right? I was under the impression early that it wasn't too concerning the way Liverpool were playing. Like, yes, they weren't playing very well, but they've got these new signings. They're going to take a while to gel together, obviously. And I wasn't expecting them to like fully batter everyone, play everyone off the park early on. However, the fact that it kept going and it's been what? They've played, 7 games? I'm not including the game against Southampton because they rotated in that game. But like against proper opposition, they've played 7 games now. Look, to be fair, they haven't played badly in all of them. I didn't watch the Atletico Madrid game, but apparently they were really good in that game. They were excellent against Everton. I thought 2-1 definitely flattered Everton.
They
But
were
yeah,
decent against Newcastle. They were very good
yeah.
against Newcastle. Yeah.
No,
It was-
they were terrible.
No, they weren't.
No,
that
they
good.
weren't.
Newcastle.
I thought they were pretty
good.
Are you serious?
Well,
They were
Newcastle
bro.
definitely played better, but I thought they did pretty good
You know what it is with Liverpool?
for playing at
is-
St. James Park. I
You know
thought
what it
was
is
a
for-
decent-
you know what
they
it
were
is for-
terrible. They were terrible.
Let me tell you what it is with Liverpool.
They didn't deserve anything from that game.
They're coming off of a high, bro. Everyone had this big thing. They had such a great season last season. They were the best team. No, not even close. They got knocked out of the Champions League. I don't care
Whoa.
if you were future winners,
Whoa.
but if you're the best team in the best so-called league, you don't get destroyed in the first leg. They should have lost that first leg 5-0.
They should have, yeah.
They're the only
5-0.
team that
5-0.
took PSG to penalties or extra time. You have to give
Okay.
them credit.
But I would personally say their game against like Aston
If they don't
Villa
play
of
PSG, they make at least the semifinals, bro. I don't know what the hell you're on. If
bro. I think
at that point, dude, they were as good as Barca up to that point.
But it wasn't close. It wasn't close. They got smashed.
Anyway,
They got
Dude, what are you
destroyed.
talking about?
We're getting off
Liverpool-
topic anyway. So I'll talk about the game, right? First half, they were like appalling.
They got destroyed,
that was
bro.
the
They got
worst.
cooked.
That was the worst half of football I've seen under Slot by far in that first half. They deserved to go 1-0 down. They deserved to go 4-0 down, honestly. The amount of chances that Palace had. If it wasn't for Alisson, going on an
That's the fact, bro.
on an
That's the
absolute
fact,
tear.
though.
He was
Well,
he was
He's
dominating.
actually the
Alisson was
exception.
ridiculous in that
Alisson's
game.
the exception because listen, he did the same thing against PSG for like he actually saves them so many times. That's what a good keeper does, though.
Yeah,
Like he is their best
I
player,
mean,
honestly, bro.
look, second half they got better. They got better. Obviously, Chiesa scored that goal. That I don't know if you guys saw the handball from Salah in the build up for that goal.
Yeah, how was that?
How
I
does that
did
get
see
given?
that.
How does that? If Liverpool scammed a draw from that game with that goal, I would have been fuming because I don't know how that is given. It is a blatant handball from Mo Salah in the build-up. And keep in mind, Liverpool were awful. Like they did not deserve a single thing from that game. You know, there were a lot of people online talking, oh, you know, Liverpool conceding a late winner that gives them a taste of their own medicine. It really doesn't, because Liverpool have been scamming results from teams. Palace
But
did not scam.
you know what's
Palace did
interesting?
not scam
Well,
that result.
because at the end of the day, Liverpool ended up with way more possession. Like they controlled the ball way more for the second half, and
obviously,
they
if you're
had way
Crystal
more
Palace,
shots.
obviously, if you're Crystal Palace and you're 1-0 up, you're gonna let the other team have possession. You can't just look at possession.
Yeah,
Well,
you know
dude,
what?
no,
You know what?
I'm
You
just
know what
saying,
it
if
is.
Palace
You
would have
know,
played the same way that they played the first half,
you know
they would
what's
have just
interesting to
won the
me?
game.
You know what's interesting to me is we have VAR, but these stupid things still happen.
Bro,
Well,
like
that's
this
a
is
rare
I
thing.
genuinely don't get the point of VAR. We might as well go back to the past without VAR.
Okay,
because-
bro, dude, chill. VAR saves so much. Like it's
Yeah,
just a
but what-
mistake. It happens, bro. Like
It doesn't happen. How
Yes,
does that
it
happen?
does.
Yo, what? His hand was high up.
Bro,
above his
I
head.
understand.
It's the
It's
most
not a
handball.
natural position. It's
the
not
most
like
egregious
it's not like
it was a
handball
handball.
I've ever
His
seen.
hand was up.
That is one of the worst VAR decisions I've ever seen. It is a blatant handball. How that goal is given, I don't understand.
There's no,
But you know what?
there's
It's
no
fine
mistake
because justice. Because my boy Eddie Nketiah,
there. Like, listen,
scores
Lolo.
in
Now
the
they claim.
last kick
Lolo,
of the
now they
game.
claim him. Now they claim him. Now they're gonna claim him because he did this.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he's been terrible. He's been terrible for Palace. He's been terrible. But yeah, look, Palace,
he shows up when it matters now.
they fully deserve that win.
And now
Fully
Palace are
deserve
what, second, third?
that. Third, yeah.
But what do you think Liverpool's
Palace are
problems are?
looking good.
They're the
bro.
only
We got-
they're the only unbeaten team in the Premier League this season. The only unbeaten team. Everyone's
Who,
lost
Palace?
against Palace.
Yeah, they're 3-3.
And yeah,
3-3-0.
they're looking good early.
Okay,
You know,
so what do you think? What do you guys think is their problem? Their glaring
For
problem.
Liverpool.
I
I think there's a lot of I think a lot of players don't really know their role in the team because they've got so many new players coming in. Like we got to talk about Mr. 007 himself. I mean,
Look,
another stinker from
no,
Forest.
yeah,
But
he's not performing to the 150 million that they paid for
not
him, but
150
I
million,
did.
bro.
don't forget the Somali boy, bro.
No,
Like-
but at the end of the day, we're
Hang
just
on,
gonna
hang on,
fall
hang on, wait.
one day. He's
Yeah,
not.
Verts
he's not a
dropped
terrible
another
player.
Verts dropped another stinker, and this is an issue I said Liverpool could potentially have in the summer with Trent leaving. They lack creativity. They do that. They really have been struggling to create proper clear cut chances, and Verts was supposed to sort of fill in that.
But you know, I
that
said
gap that
this
Trent
in the
left.
summer. I said
And
this.
I think the main issue with Verts is and I do think Verts will come good. I've not been piling onto Verts as much as other people have. I've been obviously it's fun to take the piss, but I think he's just taking a while to adapt to the pace of the league. A lot of the times you'll see Verts on the ball, and he thinks he has more time than he actually does, so he ends up misplacing a pass because he's more under pressure than he may have thought, and that's probably just adapting to the pace of the Bundesliga, coming to the Prem, which is much more, I guess, intense.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
And I do think that we have seen quality from Verts at times. Like I don't think he's been that terrible. I only watched the mini match against Atletico, but he played very well in that game. I thought he was. What other games did he play? All right. I thought he was okay in the first game, but I think games against these more sort of physical teams like Palace, they've got a pretty good midfield. Like Adam Wharton is a beast. Who else started that game? I can't even remember. So and then against Newcastle, I thought the Newcastle game was his worst game for Liverpool that I've watched. He just got beat up. He just got absolutely beat up by Newcastle's midfield. So yeah, I do think Verts will.
But
good.
what's
And I do think Liverpool.
You know what's interesting?
As much as we've been talking shit about Liverpool slating them, I do think Liverpool will win the Premier League. I said that from the start of the season. I do definitely think Liverpool will win it. It will take time for for their players to sort of adapt to the new system as well, because Slot has changed the way that they've played.
Hold on,
We've got all these new players in.
Okay. I mean, to your point about Verts like coming from the Bundesliga and playing slow, that excuse doesn't work because
It's not an excuse; it's a reason.
okay, that reason doesn't work because it's just like it just does not how that works. You don't get a bypass. You know, you don't get to like warm up. These games matter. You can't.
No,
lose
he's not
all these
excusing him.
games.
He's
I'm not
telling you why
excusing
he's
it, I'm just
performing that bad.
explaining
He's
why.
Oh,
giving
okay,
the reason.
okay. Because
That's
look at
the
an
reason.
example. When Barca played Newcastle, everyone kept saying, "Oh, they're about to meet physicality. They're gonna get destroyed. They're gonna meet Bruno Guimaraes, like whatever BS." Barca play slow. We play
Okay,
slow.
but dude, that's because
Taka.
Pedri and De Jong just
Look, I do agree.
But-
I do
but-
agree,
but-
and
before they
I'll
couldn't even
get.
get touched.
But
I
Verts
guess we
is
can kind of talk
150
about that
million,
when we get to
bro. He's
Arsenal.
not
Because I said before our game that the way we beat Newcastle was just by playing football.
That's what it
That's how
is,
you
bro.
beat. That is how you beat them. But I think it's really telling when it's just been consistent with Verts. Like a lot of the times he gets the ball in a dangerous area. And look, Liverpool, I will give, I guess, him a slight pass in the sense of Liverpool have been sort of struggling to get him the ball in dangerous areas. And I think that might be an issue just overall with the build-up. Like a lot of their, like Gravenberch has been exceptional. Szoboszlai has been good, but a lot of their teams kind of been out of form as well. Like Gakpo is one. I understand.
Salah's been
Yeah,
mid.
Salah's been atrocious.
Isak's been terrible since he came.
Oh, God, bro, he's actually
Like,
started
Dude,
like
Isak's
3
had like 2 games,
It's
bro.
the same league. Come on, it's the same
started
league.
Dude, it's a
3
whole
games,
new
bro.
system.
No, you
It's
can't.
a
No,
whole
because
Oh my
no, because hang on,
God,
hang on.
bro. Guys, come on.
Isak, right? He didn't. You got to remember, he's still trying to get back into match fitness. He didn't.
Whose fault is that? This
He didn't have a
reason.
preseason. He didn't
Okay,
have a
okay.
preseason.
I hope that's not an excuse. That's a reason because that's his fault for
I agree.
holding
I
on like
agree.
that.
He carried on
That's
like a little bitch, and
okay.
it
Then
took him a
you
while to
can't
get
say
into it.
then don't bring that up because I hate these kind of reasons or excuses or whatever. At the end of the day, you're a professional sports player. These things you can be bad at preseason. You know, the first couple games, but in the first 7, 8
It is his
games,
first couple games. It is his first couple games.
I'm talking about Verts as well.
No,
Verts has been
Verts, I'm not making excuses for
trash.
Verts.
Trash, bro.
I'm just saying what I've seen. What I've seen, why he's struggling. You know, it's not an excuse. It's literally just me explaining what I see with my own 2 eyes.
I don't know. I feel like we have to give these people more standards than we do. At the end of
Anyway,
the day,
I guess
Dude.
I can kind of move on to Palace because we did talk about Palace. One player who I thought, and I honestly thought he was probably man of the match. It was Mateta. The way Mateta manhandled Konate was ridiculous. Like
bro, that
this
shot
guy,
he took,
bro.
bro. That one shot hit the post.
Konate's had a shaky start to the season. Like he's had a couple of games, but his first 2 games he was woeful. Then he sort of started to get into form a little bit, and then against Crystal Palace he was atrocious. Mateta, bro, this is a player that I've rated for a while, but his ability, I don't know if you notice if you guys ever watch Palace, right? His ability to turn any single ball in behind into a chance is ridiculous. Like Liverpool would clear the ball. Oh, sorry, no, not Liverpool. Sorry, Palace would clear the ball. It would be what you would assume would just go straight to the keeper, and then Mateta would barge forward, run onto that ball, and turn it into a chance that you wouldn't think would happen.
Bro,
Like
if his
he
shot,
eats
if his
everything up and
shot went
turns it into
in,
a chance. It's insane. And
that shot that hit the inside of
Konate,
the post.
he completely bitched him. It was ridiculous. I've never seen a centre back get that manhandled. It was crazy.
Bro, the shot that hit the inside of the post, that made me get on my seat because that shit came out of nowhere, bro.
I know.
It was just out of nowhere. I was so pissed it didn't go in. It looked so nice. But honestly, he's like really different because he's really big, but he's like the only one that utilizes it, you know?
Mm.
Like Votemade, Isak, all these really tall strikers, they don't use their body enough.
Well, because they're both extremely technical strikers, especially Isak. Like Isak doesn't need to body you physically because he for someone of his height, his ability on the ball is ridiculous. And Voltemade is the same. Like Volt, I was watching him obviously against Arsenal. We'll talk about that later. But he's quite good on the ball. Like he's actually quite techy.
Bro, he is nice. You seen his solo goal in Stuttgart that one year last year? He had this crazy ass solo goal. He was nice.
But yeah, look, I think one thing that's working in Liverpool's favour is that before. Obviously, it didn't apply for this game, but they have been getting results. So despite the fact that they haven't been playing their best football, they're still top of the league, which means that even if they do start to slip up and drop some points, it kind of gives them a little bit of breathing room to improve. And look, this was a massive. I'll get to, as I said, I'll get to us later. This was a huge weekend for us. Liverpool dropping points, us getting the win. It puts more pressure on them because if we lost to Newcastle, Liverpool would still be 5 points clear. And with that kind of gap, I mean, you can drop a game. You can drop a game or two. And I still think Liverpool, when they get to their best football, they've got the individual quality that they've got a manager as well, that they're going to be the best team in the league. And
I think
we just got to hope that whatever's happening with Liverpool at the moment, we just got to hope it continues as long.
I think it's just about how they come back from it. Same with Madrid. It's all about how they come back. It's how they look at it. Are they
I rate Slot as a coach, right?
Is their ego going to get in their way?
He'll find a way. He'll find a way to get things ticking. This might sound a bit crazy, but I think it might be reactionary. Liverpool should probably drop Salah, honestly.
Okay, that's crazy,
bro. It's not, because he's been terrible. He's been terrible.
Okay, still has Verts, and Verts.
Not even drop him, right? Salah never gets hooked. Salah never gets hooked. That's how he's able to have his little stinkers and goals and all that. He never gets hooked. Like, I don't understand why Slot in all these games.
But Verts starts every game, and at least Salah's producing and giving goals and assists. Verts hasn't done nothing. Maybe don't play Verts. I think that's what it is. You don't play Verts.
Because
Verts
has been better than Salah. Verts hasn't been great, but he's been better than Salah.
Soboslai got literally sacrificed for Verts. Why? For what? Verts should have never started in the beginning. He should have been.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get him into form if you don't play him?
That's how it is. Oh, so get rid of your already on form player? Like, that makes no sense.
Because everyone knows that Verts, when he eventually does hit that level, he'll be one of the best.
Who's everyone?
You can say the same about Salah, though. Salah's proven time and time again he can be the best player in the world. He can produce output when you don't deserve it. That's why you keep Salah in that squad.
Where did this Verts hype come from?
Bro, did you not?
Please, guys, bro. $150 million for him?
Dude, calm down. He's gonna end the season with an insane amount of output and an insane performance.
I don't think so.
He's adapting. He's adapting. That's the reason why he's been so bad.
Did you not rate Verts at Leverkusen?
At Leverkusen, yes. At Leverkusen is a very big difference, dude.
Okay, but
he's a very big difference.
Dude, calm down.
7 games.
Last year in the Champions League.
This is my problem with modern football culture, especially when it comes to transfers. Bro, everyone is so reactionary. I understand that he has to deliver, right? But you have to wait a season to judge a signing. You have to wait a season.
Guys, please.
You have to wait a season. You cannot just completely change your mind about a player based off of 7 games.
Okay. Can I say something?
Obviously, you can criticize it. You can criticize him. You can talk about why.
It's not about the games. How long? If he was bought for like 70 million, okay, but double that,
dude. That's because to Leverkusen,
he was the number one most
expensive. Wait, bro.
He was the number one most expensive.
He was worth 150 million to Leverkusen. Look, for Leverkusen, that's how much he's worth. That's why.
If the whole team was in form, and Verts was still underperforming, he was missing chances, then I guess. But Liverpool are not performing to the level that they would expect. A lot of Liverpool fans, as I said, they've had new signings, so I can kind of understand it. But it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult when you're coming into a new league. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying it how it is. You cannot.
But you know what it is though. City pulled out. City pulled out, and Bayern pulled out at some point because the price was too high. And I would say these two are probably the most
to address.
I would say no, because they got Ryan Cherky. They got Ryan Cherky right away.
Yeah, well, they had other players that they had to bring in.
Like who? They didn't get a right back. They didn't get a right back they needed. They didn't address. And they didn't honestly just.
No. Man City covered a lot of stuff we needed. The only thing we didn't cover is the right back. That's it. They got the left back.
I would say left back as well because Nori was.
We got a left back.
He's
been injured. He's been injured.
Yeah, then he got injured. He's injury prone as well, by the way. He was always injured. He's always injury prone. So that was their mistake.
Shit anyway, that guy, Nori.
He's not a good defender either. I don't know why they got him.
Bro.
Because now Gvardiol's going to be back at left back. Or O'Reilly, who's not any better.
No, it's probably gonna
O'Reilly's
be
alright.
O'Reilly and then
I guess we
is
can
gonna be the center back.
segue. Unless you guys have any final thoughts on Liverpool moving forward.
I just think they're overrated. I said this in the beginning from last year. They're overrated, and I'm always right. It's funny because I'm always right because they won the Prem. Congrats. The Prem was so.
Weren't Barcelona in the Champions League last year?
Dude, they were literally the first. They were the best team in the whole group stage of the Champions League last year.
Anyway, I guess we can segue to City.
They had a very
easy
easy schedule, by the way.
What did you make of the game?
The Man City game?
Yeah.
I was watching that instead of the Liverpool game. That's why I didn't comment much. I didn't watch the Liverpool game. I thought we looked really strong. I'm not gonna lie. I will say this. We started off Man City. Yeah, dude, we looked really good. I know it was just Burnley and all, but we started off the game really well. Doku was creating chances right away. We got that lucky own goal in. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Foden was gonna be there, but it was still lucky. And then for some reason, there was like 15 minutes where Burnley had possession. They were creating chances, and then they got that one goal in, which, it was a deflection, unlucky on Donnarumma. There was nothing he could do about it, but they deserved that goal, And it was only after that like City actually got a wake-up call and they actually started to play again. I thought Foden had honestly kind of a stinker. I mean, he could have scored if they did an own goal, but he didn't do much. Doku was amazing.
I told people in preseason that Doku was going to cook this year. I told people.
Doku's been.
He is so fast.
Look, bro, I'm just gonna say, this was the perfect weekend for me. You'd think it would be outside of City winning, but I triple captain Haaland in FPL, and I had Doku as well,
bro.
So yeah, I mean,
it amazes me how quick Doku is on the ball, and then like how
because he's actually getting end product now. He's actually
his
getting end
ball.
product.
His ball.
I said that it would take time with Doku. I said that you guys gotta wait. You gotta wait until he fixes his end product and he'll cook. And
but you know what it is?
That's even what Pep said. Pep literally said that he's actually consistent on his end product.
Hang on, wait.
Which is the big thing.
Let me just quickly check the age.
City's.
Let me just quickly check the age of his fullback. Hang on.
City's glaring issue though is their counter-attacking defense.
Don't you know the meme with Doku?
What?
Don't you know the meme with Doku where he only plays well when his fullback is over the age of 30?
Yeah, Kyle Walker's like 35 right now.
Kyle Walker still.
No, it was so funny because in the Manchester Derby, he's never performed in the Manchester Derby, and then the first year that Luke Shaw turns 30, he cooks.
But I have a question.
Well, what about Trent?
Yeah,
Trent's the exception.
Trent just can't anyway.
Trent's
get back to the City game. I
have a question, Bolo. Look, watching City play, they honestly lost a lot of the ball control they used to have. Even watching the Arsenal game back then, they used to dominate.
It's because Rodri hasn't hit the level.
That's true.
Rodri still
and De Bruyne is gone, but Nico Gonzalez plays now, and he's supposed to be a ball. He came from Barca as well, so. You'd think he was good.
Right.
You'd think he's good on the ball, but he's mediocre.
Not great.
But I think what your issue is your counterattacking defense. Once a team counterattacks, you're cooked.
That was my big concern with City. Like, I did predict City to be in and around the title race just purely because of Pep, because Pep's not going to let them have another terrible season, right? But I at the same time, like that defensively, I worry about that back line because Doku doesn't really track back. And Ain't Nori, when obviously he's injured at the moment, but he's as I said before, I don't rate him. I think he's food.
I've barely seen him play in a City shirt. I'm not gonna lie. So,
honestly, how teams, and we have seen it sort of early, but I think teams need to just target that side a bit. When Ain't Nori comes,
are you sure it's not? Are you sure it's not our right side with Mateus Nunes, bro?
Oh yeah, it's your whole back line. I think your whole back
line.
Look,
I think our center backs.
Diaz has been regressing.
Your center backs are alright. Your center backs are good.
Diaz has been regressing since the Champions League, by the way.
Guardiola and Kusanov are very good in my opinion. Like they're very.
Kusanov, I need to see him have a proper performance against like a good.
He needs to play center back for once.
Dude,
I think
Kusanov's been great. The only bad thing he's done was his first 15 minutes.
That was the funniest game ever.
Dude, but that's it.
Funniest game.
That's it.
You know what it is?
Diaz went to the Bernabeu and pocketed the hell out of
Chelsea a goal and still beat them.
Pocketed the fuck out of Vinicius Jr.
Diaz needs to get benched for once. That's what it is.
I completely agree. I would have
cooked.
He's just getting worse and worse.
The
bro.
downfall of Ruben Diaz after the treble season. That's
what it was.
Insane. Well, my back line would be
they should have went back-to-back
O'Reilly on the left, Gavardio at center back, and then Stones with him, and then Kusanov on the right.
City
obviously, I guess we can kind of get back to the game. Like, obviously, you battered them in the last half hour, but what was that? What was that first hour like? Because you were struggling to sort of get.
Burnley were honestly. It was that low block, man. I mean, if Doku didn't have the ball, no one was creating any chances.
I had Burnley finishing rock bottom because I just thought I didn't see where the goals were. Though. But if you defensively, like Burnley are pretty resolute. They were by far one of the best defenses the Championship's ever seen. They conceded like 17 goals or so. No, it was more than that. But they conceded a ridiculous amount of goals in such a long season. And then I remember like the game against Liverpool. I watched them against them against Man United. They weren't great. And then against Liverpool, they were so good against Liverpool. They were so unlucky. Another game, Liverpool just scammed. I mean, yeah, but Burnley, I think they've actually impressed me. And I know they lost 5-1, but when
that scoreline is so harsh, dude.
When you're a low block team, harsh. Like when you're a low block team, it's going to be difficult after you concede that. The goal that Mateus Nunes goal, right? That would have been such a dagger for them because
dude, it was 2 own goals too, like from the same guy.
Oh, bro,
Steve, 2 own goals from the same guy.
He had an error in the goal as well. The guy, like that was one of the most generational stickers I've ever seen.
The last goal, he went for a header, and the guy was already there.
I think he on FotMob. I think he got a 1.9.
1.9, yeah.
Dude, no, it was 1.8. Terrible.
1.8. He was on my bench in FPL. Thank God I didn't play him.
But I will say this: whenever Rodri starts being injured, because he's injured again, his knee is hurting, according to what Pep said. So when Turkey comes back, and whenever Marmoush comes back, I think we're going to be putting in like 2 or 3 goals a game.
But see, they're all just attacking players. You need like
no, I know City in my opinion, I feel like the way we played against Arsenal up to a point, I liked being a transition team. Because Haaland and Doku, or mainly Haaland,
that's what you need to be.
He's probably the best transition striker in the world.
He is. Haaland,
you can just send him down, and he can body his way into the opponent's box.
You know what it is? I think if Haaland and Liverpool switch strikers, it would be better off for both teams. Haaland and Liverpool would cook, bro.
No.
Bombing down the field, even from Madrid, bro. Yes, bro.
No, dude, we've had a striker that is technical and.
Oh, Isak would be like one of the best players in the world if he was at Man City.
And same with Haaland, Liverpool, because Liverpool play. I don't know why teams play so attacking against Liverpool. It's like they want them to score on them.
Oh yeah, bro, I know. I mean, Burnley were the only team, and Arsenal, but they were the only team that played defensive against.
I watched got a little teams. Lucky, I'm not gonna lie.
So many teams played
with a free kick. No, Arsenal got a little unlucky versus Liverpool with that free kick.
That's a story for another day. Yeah. So look, it's a big result for City. Obviously, a 5-1 win is a 5-1 win. It doesn't really matter how you get there.
Chelsea are atrocious. Can you talk about Chelsea?
Look, I didn't watch the game, but I wanna talk some shit about Chelsea.
Go back-to-back red cards.
I told everyone in the summer that their team is not good enough and that Maresca is not the guy. I told everyone. And I got so much smoke for it. You know what you're talking about. He won the Club World Cup. Chelsea going to compete for the Premier League. What happened? What happened?
Dude, Ekes, once again, it's only been 7 games. You have to calm down.
I mean,
it's only been 7 games. Chelsea are going to finish. Chelsea are going to finish top 5.
This guy, like Maresca, his in-game management is some of the worst I've ever seen. His reaction to going down to 10 men is insane. Against Man United, they went down to 10 men, conceded, and then he took all of his attackers off.
But that was one game.
And then the same thing against Brighton. They concede, and then he takes all of his attackers off. What's wrong with it? And then they still lose. He tries to park the bus. They still lose. Bro, like, I'm sorry. His in-game management is shocking. And then their squad.
But the players.
Bro, I'm seeing these 11s that Chelsea are putting out for the upcoming game. Again, you know, they've got Liverpool next week, right? They're going to be without their 4 best centre-backs and Cole Palmer.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Cole Will's out for the season. Fofana got injured a couple weeks ago. Who else is it?
Chalaba? Is it
Chalaba, red
Chalaba?
card.
Chalobah's
Chalobah?
suspended, and who was the other one? Oh, and Tosin. Tosin's injured too.
And why is Cole Palmer out?
He's injured. He's out for 3 weeks.
I
They're
didn't see that.
fucked. Honestly, I cannot see Chelsea.
Where is it?
close to
Is it
the
at is it at Anfield?
No, it's at Stamford Bridge.
Well, at least they got that.
Bro,
Because it was
who are they
it
going to
was
play?
an-
But João
They're gonna
Pedro's
play
No,
Action
I'm
Pop.
just saying.
Pedro-
At
they're
least
gonna
they're
start
out.
João
Action
Pedro's
Pop
not.
and Badia
João
Chile.
Pedro's not showing up either, bro.
Oh, no,
He's not showing up.
Pedro's been their best player this season.
No, he's not showing up at all.
Bro,
Yes, he is.
Bro, no.
No,
Are
he's
you
not.
kidding me?
No, you're talking, you're talking absolute shit. Pedro's been their best player this season, and Pedro's not even a player that I particularly rate. I didn't think it was that good a signing when they brought him in, but he's been phenomenal for Chelsea.
But they were pretty good against Bayern. I think they had a pretty
Terrible.
good game.
No, they were very
Oh.
good against Bayern.
Did you watch
Did you
the
watch
same
the
game?
game?
I think the penalty
They
was
were
soft.
good.
I think that penalty was
No,
soft.
it's a blatant pen. It's a blatant pen.
It's
They were
soft.
terrible
It was
against
soft.
Bayern.
No, they
No, they
weren't. No,
weren't.
they
Yes, they
weren't. They were
were.
very good.
No, you guys aren't real. They were horrible.
Dude, they
No,
were
they
very
weren't.
good.
Bro, Sanchez
were
was
very
the only
unlucky
reason
to
they
get an
even
offside
pulled
goal.
7. Sanchez.
What?
The only good players in that game were Sanchez and Palmer. And Pedro was okay. That was it.
Pedro was not showing up.
Cucurella got absolutely cooked by Elise.
Okay, well, that's Olise, bro. It's kind of
That was the worst game I've seen Casado play.
No, Balde.
Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about
Balde
the
would
Brighton
strap him
game.
up.
Look,
Balde
as I
would
said,
strap
I
him
didn't watch the game. But
Bro, look at this guy trying to bring
there's-
Balde into this, bro.
bro, do you want to not mention Barca for a second?
Like,
Anyway,
dude.
I think Chelsea they're struggling. They're massively
No,
struggling.
Chelsea are struggling.
And it's got a lot to do with their recruitment, because how you sign Garnacho and Buonanotte instead of a centre back, I don't understand. Like
I feel like
they brought in
anyone
João
available.
Hato, who's a player I rate, but he's 19 or he's 20 or whatever. Like that's not a guy that's going to be a needle mover for you. Chelsea needed defensive reinforcements, especially
It's
as
weird.
They needed a goalkeeper
they
as well.
They just buy anybody.
Sanchez started the season well, but that game against United, I mean, shocker. It's the recruitment. I think that, and it's I don't rate the manager either, but it's the recruitment for them. I mean, the signings they make are just so baffling. How they let Xavi Simons go to Spurs, like Xavi Simons. I mean, look,
But that's the thing.
he's
Here's
not
the
a player
thing,
that
though.
they desperately needed, but they spent months.
No, here's the thing.
months
Ekis.
talking
Here's the thing. This
and
is
they let him
obvious.
slip,
This is
and then they didn't
obvious.
sign a defender or a goalkeeper.
But listen,
Like, it's
this is obvious, and everyone says this, but they generally just throw money.
You're frozen, bro.
Am I? That's weird. I
Yeah.
shouldn't be.
There we
good.
It's all right. You're good. You're good.
I know this is like kind of obvious, and everyone says it, but they just throw their money.
Bro, they
Literally,
do.
not even like. What the fuck did they buy Garnacho for?
Bro, it's the dumbest signing. I've ever
Literally,
seen in my life.
it has to be money laundering. It has
Like
to be money laundering.
Garnacho. You know how when you talk about players who are overrated in world football, right? Usually it's a player like I think Vitinho's overrated. It's not because I don't think he's a top player. It's because I just don't think he's like quite at the level people rate him.
Yeah, that's
Garnacho's
true. I agree
overrated
with
for a
you.
completely different reason. If you
He's
think
just
he's even a
ass.
half decent footballer, you're overrating him because he's awful. The guy is atrocious.
Bro, it's not hard to shine at United, bro. Either they're so buns.
Well, he
as
wasn't even
He
shining.
wasn't
at
even
United.
shining. He
Yeah,
got
yeah, exactly.
He got dropped in a European final, and then
How much
cried
did
about it.
How much did they sign him for?
Chelsea?
60 million.
It's not 60.
That's the modern day 20 million,
It's
I
actually
guess.
60
Bro.
million.
Yeah, 60, like 65, 55.
Well, I guess
Honestly,
it's
one of
just
the
because
worst.
they're still.
I
think
think
the reason they did
every
that is
player who leaves United is going to do well except him. Literally every player leaves United is gonna do
He's
well.
still young.
Dude, Ekes, he's still. As Adam said, he's still young, and it's only been like one game that he's played. Like we still have to give him a
No,
little
he's
bit at
terrible.
least.
But 60
terrible.
million. Chelsea need to stop this, like, whatever they're doing. They're just
Okay,
throwing
but
money.
Anyway,
Ekes, all right, whatever.
no, you go.
Well, I was just gonna say, like everyone said the same thing about Anthony, that he was just trash, and he went to Betis and started balling out. I think Garnacho has potential to do good at Chelsea, but I still don't know
Yes.
why they bought him.
No,
They
because
don't need him.
they've got wingers, bro. They don't need him. They've got how
Exactly.
many wingers?
I guess it was to replace Madueke.
They've got
It was to
Gittins,
replace
they've got
Madueke,
Neto,
right?
they've got
They didn't even have to sell Madueke. I don't even know why they sold Madueke and why Arsenal bought him.
No,
Like,
no,
there's no need.
Arsenal's
Bro,
buy.
look,
Arsenal's buy. was
I
good.
criticized the Madueke signing. He is a much better
No.
player than Garnacho. He's clear of
But
Garnacho.
this has to be
I
like
understand he's better than Garnacho, but I think it was a good signing from Arsenal. I think the reason they bought him is as a backup for Saka. And Saka's
Anyway, look, I've got my own gripes with that I've talked about in length. But anyway, I mean, I guess we can transition to the Arsenal game now.
Newcastle 2-1, late winner.
Look, I'm absolutely over the moon at that result. Over the moon, like, and you know why? Oh, I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans because we've got beef with Liverpool in the last year or so for various reasons. But they're like, oh, you accuse us of getting lucky and you do that. It's not the same. Their win at St. James's Park and our win's completely different because we thoroughly deserve to win that game. Thoroughly deserve to win that game. Like I know we scored 2 goals from a corner, and you're gonna say, oh, Arsenal got bailed out, but we fully deserved those 3 points. I'll say the first half. The first half was the most smash and grab thing I've ever seen in my life. That was some of the best that was the best football that we've played all season in that first half. The best football we played. I was very happy with the lineup. The only things I had a couple of gripes with. I didn't want to see Trossard starting because that guy he's just whenever he starts, he doesn't impact the game at all. And then the call to drop Saliba for Mascara was quite interesting. But I was really happy to finally see Eze in the 10 instead of that same pragmatic midfield that we keep using. And Eze was phenomenal in the first half. Like, he didn't get a goal or an assist, but he was looking so direct. He challenged Pope a couple times, and Pope made some big saves in that first half. Some big saves. We had chances. Like, we were playing really good football. Eze had 2 shots on target that Pope did well to save. And then Trossard had one where he hit the post. I don't know how he didn't score. I don't know how that guy didn't score. Usually the one thing he has is that he gets in those positions and he's clinical, but I don't know how he didn't score that. And then Mosquera makes an error on the ball. He gets pressed, boots it out for a corner, and they score. I don't know how we were 1-0 down. We were absolutely cooking now. I said before the game that the way you beat Newcastle was by playing football. That's what we were doing. We just couldn't put the ball in the net. Pope was a man possessed. And I think that conceding really deflated us because the sort of last 10 minutes of that first half, we did drop off a little bit. We weren't really playing at the level. Gabriel, like, he got absolutely bullied for that goal. I don't know if you guys saw the goal. Neither of you watched it.
He flopped.
No, I didn't watch the game.
Bro, I don't know what he's doing. How do you cannot everyone talks about him like he's this big hard man. But he just flops for the goal. So both centre backs had a howler. And look, I've criticized him a lot, but I'll give credit to Arteta because he got the subs right. I didn't think all of the subs was too good, but he got a lot of them right. Like, he brought Saliba on at halftime, which I think it was bold. I don't know why you wouldn't just start Saliba anyway. Maybe it's a fitness thing because he's coming back from an injury. But yeah, he was. And then Saliba was great. And then Gabriel, I thought, in the second half, he was the best player on the pitch in the second half. He redeemed himself for that goal so well. Every cross that was going into the box, he dealt with. And Newcastle, they started the second half well. Like, they had a couple of chances. But again, we got on the ball and we were starting to put pressure on them. We were forcing Pope to make big saves. It was 1-0 with 10 minutes to go. And then we scored 2 quick goals from corners that we deserved. It's not like the game against United where we score a goal from a corner, get battered for 80 minutes and win. Like, we thoroughly deserve to win that, I think.
I believe you. I have to ask you the big question, though. What do you think it was a pen?
Which one? There were 2 shots.
The Gyökeres one.
No. I don't think
No?
I don't think either of them were pens. I don't think either.
The goalie got the ball. I don't know what to expect.
Bro,
we're forgetting what a time is now.
He barely hit the ball.
He wins the ball.
Oh my god, he's barely off.
It's different.
He was barely offside.
It's different from the one in the Madrid game because whilst he does clip the ball, he doesn't actually win the ball. He slightly clips it, kicks him in the face. Pope literally wins the ball and clears it. Like, it's not a penalty. It's literally
because Gyökeres wasn't going to get the ball after anyways.
The second one, I'm not entertaining. Honestly, the first one, I'm not even entertaining that as a penalty. Like, I thought it was a penalty at first, but when VAR checks it, and that's why I do defend VAR, because whilst they get a lot of things wrong, that's not a penalty for me. And then the second one, the one that Newcastle got, the pen shout, people need to learn the handball rule. Because yes, it looks like his arm is in an unnatural position and it does hit his hand. But everyone needs to learn, if the ball ricochets off the defender's boot onto his hand, the hand is not deemed to be in an unnatural position. That's the rule. And
I know.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that it needs to be open to interpretation.
But isn't that what lost Chelsea?
Isn't that it probably should have been a penalty, but by the letter of the law, it's not a penalty.
Isn't that the rule that lost Chelsea the Champions League to Madrid 3 years ago though?
Yeah, no, in that same tournament, it cost us a penalty versus Madrid as well.
The consistency.
I guess we can talk about
it doesn't change
now, because everyone knows. I don't have a problem with that being a rule. I probably wouldn't have it that way. It probably should be open to interpretation. But
I think every handball that isn't in the body should be a penalty, even if it's unnatural.
No,
I don't agree. Look, I feel like the only exception.
We never had these issues back then.
I agree with that.
I think it should be a penalty, but it's just not. Like by the letter of the law,
back then we never had these issues.
and that's fine. That's fine. If that's the rule, then I'm fine with that. But it's when you then contradict yourselves. It's when you contradict yourself, and in 2 weeks we're going to see that given. And that's
okay. But the main issue with that, I don't know why people slander referees so much. It's hard being a referee. It's hard to be out there and be the one making decisions.
I've seen everyone slandering. I've seen everyone
slandering the referee. They make mistakes.
I thought the referee
make mistakes.
Bolo, no, they have VAR, dude. There were a couple. I'm aware, but sometimes they take up to 10 minutes to take. They have the time of their life taking that shit.
Okay, dude, but how are you gonna?
How do you get it wrong? Listen. Here's what it is. Every handball should be a penalty besides the body, because that's fair enough.
I disagree.
No, back then we never had these issues.
If it's in an unnatural
position. Never had these issues. No one complained back then before these rules changed. No one complained about falling on the ball. Everything was a penalty, and that's fair enough. That's how it should be.
That's so dumb. It's
not dumb. Your hand shouldn't be out. Your hand shouldn't be out. Your hand shouldn't be up.
That's a handball right now, though. That's a handball right now. That's the rule. That's a handball. If your hand is out like that, that's a handball.
Even the ball hitting your leg to your arm, it's a miscontrol. You're miscontrolling the ball.
No, because it wasn't a control. He didn't try to control it. He just slid, and it was a ricochet. It was a bounce. It was an accident.
I think every handball.
I don't think either of them. By the letter of the law, neither of them are penalties. And I mean, as I said, I think we fully deserve to win that game. I do think that there are worrying signs for Newcastle, because they were not good. They were not good.
They have no creativity.
I'll give credit to them. They were defending quite well before we scored. And Pope was their best player. I also think Malik Thiaw had a really good game. He was eating a lot up. Yeah, I think that there are a lot of worrying signs for Newcastle.
I think what Newcastle is.
Voltemata was great though. Even outside the goal, I thought he had a very good game.
Yeah. Was that his second game?
It was his. I think it was his third start.
Third? Really?
I think Newcastle.
He's now scored 2 goals for them, but both two headers. He bullied.
Well, he came from the Bundesliga. He's performing, and Wirtz isn't. So I guess Adam is right about that.
I think when
Newcastle is Tesco, one. Oh, we did. I guess.
Wait, Tesco did.
I think with Newcastle,
we can brief it.
I guess we could just finish up on Arsenal and then we'll.
You know what Newcastle? I think the issue is they have no threat on offense, bro. Their offense.
Sarr's good. Sarr's good.
Who?
Sarr?
Not Sarr. Am I pronouncing that? Hold on.
We're talking about Newcastle.
Did they get Elanga?
Who's Sarr? You mean for Palace?
No. Hold on. What's his name? I think I've just mixed them up.
They have Harvey Barnes.
Wisa.
Oh, he's injured.
My bad.
He hasn't played for them yet.
No, but we're talking about their players, dude.
Yeah, but right now,
I think look, one player who I've never been that big a fan of, and I will give him credit. He did have a good run of form last season, and I think the season before that as well. Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, no.
But their midfield is so boring. Their midfield is so boring and bland.
He's been terrible. Like I thought Timber was man of the match. I thought Timber was man of the match.
But it's
amazing. Timber was amazing defensively.
Ekis.
Gordon's terrible, bro. He's so, and Gordon's actually a player that I've seen get the better of Timber. Like Timber's been so good, so consistent for us. He pockets almost every winger he comes up against. I'd say that there's probably been 3 wingers that I've seen actually get the better of Timber: Gordon, Kvaratskhelia, and Doku. Everyone else, Timber's literally pocketed everyone else.
Okay, but
Bro,
the thing is,
wait. Hold
Timber
on.
right now lately has been a world-class center back. Or not center back,
the
right
thing
back.
is-
He's been he's been absolutely insane.
I honestly think, just purely from like a defensive 1v1 standpoint, Timber's got a case to be the best right back in the world. Just at that. Like just purely 1v1 defensively, he's got a case. I'm not talking about his overall game because he doesn't offer a whole lot of attacking wise. He actually was looking really good on the ball and he was helping us against Newcastle. That's one thing he slightly improved.
I mean, that's not a terrible shout because the players that you listed
fully from a 1v1 defensive standpoint, there's not many right backs in world football that are better than him. Like if you're looking at overall fullbacks, I'd say Nuno Mendes is definitely the best from a 1v1 point of view.
You know what it is though? I think with teams to be a good attacking team, it starts with your midfield before your offense because
that's where Arteta got the game right. And
that's what I'm saying. If we look at Arsenal, in the beginning of the season, their midfield was so bland. Starting Rice, Zubimendi, and
crazy.
And what's his name?
And you know what? One sub that
Marino
changed. And I was saying in the preseason that I wanted to see this midfield against the smaller teams, and if we're chasing a game, Ødegaard, and I've been heavily critical of him, right? Because last season he was atrocious, and I still don't think he should be our club captain. But he came on and he completely changed that game. He played. He got an assist for the winner, but that was from a corner. So like, I mean, it's okay, I guess. But he played a ridiculous ball to Skelly that he was trying to cut back to Martinelli for a tap in, and Malik Thiaw made a ridiculous recovery tackle. Like Ødegaard was just pulling the strings. He completely changed the game, and I've said I want to see Ødegaard and Eze in the same midfield together against the smaller teams. Because we've struggled to break down low blocks a lot. You know, teams will just park in our box and we don't really have the quality to break them down. I think if we have Ødegaard and Eze, because I think Ødegaard's become more of a number 8 than a 10. He was a 10 in his first couple of seasons, but he's much more of a number 8 now. I definitely think I want to see that midfield play more, and you know, to bring him off the bench when we were chasing, he was one of the best players when he came on.
Wait, what midfield? Rice, Ødegaard, and Eze?
Yeah, probably that.
I think that's a good midfield. I don't see why you don't play that.
Because also it helps you get the best out of Rice, because everyone knows Rice isn't great, isn't like amazing on the ball. You know, he's not
bad actually. I think he's
not
pretty
known
good on
for
the
his
ball.
progressive passing. I think he's a bit underrated. But off the ball, he's a gladiator. And the reason that playing him in the number 6 wasn't really working from a creative standpoint was because we didn't have a proper chance creating number 8. Like we had Havertz there at one point. He was really the only player that's played in the 8 when Rice has been in the 6. And I think now that we've got Eze in to play in the 10, I want to see that. Not in the bigger games. Like I wouldn't have started that midfield today. Or not today, the other day, whenever that game was. Because, you know, like it's a physical midfield. You need to have. I thought Zubimendi had a good game. But against the smaller teams, and when we're chasing a game, if one of them's on the bench, bring them on. I want to see that. That's the thing I want to see.
You know,
Arteta, I hope he's got the balls to do it.
It's the same thing with Newcastle though, because their midfield is boring. Tonali, Bruno, and
it helps.
Jolinton, they're not going to create anything out of that. You don't get much out of that. There's no dangerous balls being played in. There's no last man running in the box.
That kind of physical midfield can work if you've got creativity around them. Like
they don't. That's the thing. They don't.
Klopp are a good example. Are a good example because they didn't have a creative midfielder. They had Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Henderson, who would all just non-stop run at you and press. But
Wijnaldum wasn't bad on the ball though. Wijnaldum wasn't bad on the ball.
Yeah, but he wasn't a creator. He didn't create your chances. The reason Liverpool would score a lot was because of Trent and just
but they said they had Trent. Because they had Trent. That's the difference.
Klopp is the anti-Arteta because Klopp plays Klopp played chaotic, dangerous football. He allowed his fullbacks to add so much width in the attack. He had Salah, Mane, Firmino interchanging. Like it can work that way. Whereas with us, when we play that kind of midfield, he still plays conservative, and you're never going to score goals
if Arteta
conservative with that kind of midfield. That midfield can work if you've got Trent, Robertson, and then the best front 3 in Europe.
Bro,
and
if
you play
Arteta
expansive
moves
football.
on correctly from this game and plays the same game plan and plays more risky, you guys will be good. But once he
Yeah,
goes
I
back to
agree.
his
I agree
conservative bullshit,
because
you're
there
cooked.
are no this is the reason I think this has to be the year for us because there's no more excuses without we've got the perfect squad. We have a Premier League winning squad. Like I don't think we have the top quality talent that Liverpool do. Like we don't have our five best players. I wouldn't say are as good as Liverpool's five best players, especially from an attacking standpoint. Right? It's not at the level, but our squad depth is what can get us over the line. You know, we're going into big games against Liverpool and City as well, not really City because he was on the bench, but we were missing Saka, Erdegaard, and who else were we missing against Liverpool? I think it was just those two. Last season, we wouldn't have had any confidence, and I had confidence that if we actually played expansive football with Eze in the 10, Madueke on the right, that we could have won that game, and we lost it overall. We lost it because Arteta was scared, and I just want to see him. I want to see him take games on because when we are actually playing our best football, we're a very good team. We saw it against Madrid. We've seen it against City at times. We've had games where we've scored a crazy amount of goals.
So you think this is Arteta's last chance?
To ever do that in the Champions League.
This is definitely Arteta's last chance. Arteta got the one thing he's been asking for, which is a striker.
It's not just a striker. It's not just a striker.
Oh, it was definitely that. That was the biggest issue.
No, it wasn't.
That was 100%.
I don't think
yes,
it was. No, it was.
So what was the bigger issue?
Creativity through the middle.
Dude, Odegaard was doing that.
Eze's a bigger signing than Gyökeres for me. Because this is the thing. A lot of Arsenal fans would bring up XG and all this about chance create about we're getting this much XG. But if you actually watch us, we don't create. Last season we didn't create that many clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. Don't get me wrong. We missed a lot of them, but there was still a lack of chance creation.
Yeah, dude, that's what Gyökeres is for. He's going to score most of the ones that you missed. I think Gyökeres is an excellent signing.
But it's also got to do with creating chances.
Well, okay, let's get this straight. It was two excellent signings. Eze and Gyökeres are amazing signings. And I agree with you. You have a Premier League
great. I thought he was.
You have a Premier League winning squad.
I thought he was okay against Newcastle.
But look,
if Arteta does not win, in my opinion, any trophy. For you, it's any major trophy. For me, if he doesn't win a trophy, he's gone. He has to.
Bolo, you know what it is? Bolo, you know what it is?
I don't even think
they have a They have a Prem winning team, but they have a Prem winning coach.
I agree.
Because
I fully agree.
That's what coach doesn't win.
I don't think
he's just not a winner.
That's what we're gonna see.
Even against PSG last year, you never watched the game thinking like, "Damn, Arsenal really should have won this game."
And the thing is, the fans bring up all XG. We'll look at the XG we had, and we did miss chances in that game, but we were not better.
Half the XG came from Saka's missed sky.
Okay, but dude,
fucking the shit went out the stadium. That's half the XG right there. Which they should have scored that, but
Okay, but Arsenal were never meant to win that game. No matter how good Arteta is, they were never supposed to win that game.
How does that even make sense?
No, it's not an excuse.
I win that game as a coach. I win that game.
Shut up. No.
Dude, you could put Pep or Klopp. You could put Pep or Klopp in that Arsenal team. They would have still lost.
We were always going to.
The game wasn't that far off. It was fairly close. The early goals kind of cooked.
The
early goals cooked them.
I do think a better manager could potentially push PSG, but they just had too much.
Dude, okay,
it's not that game that upset me. It was the league campaign. It was the fact that I last season thought we were going to win the Premier League because I thought and look, in hindsight, we probably didn't have a good enough squad at the time.
But no one expected Liverpool to be that good.
The fact that we didn't even push, and look, you can cry about injuries all you want, but we were embarrassing in the Premier League last season, and look, hopefully this season we
well, according to Adam, injuries are very important.
I do think we will go deeper.
Injuries count. Injuries count.
Liverpool
had almost
we don't have any more excuses now because we've got squad depth. We've got squad depth.
Liverpool had almost no.
You're second.
We can afford to lose
Saka.
Saka.
You're
Think
second,
about it, right? If we
2 points behind.
If we lose Saka for 3 games, we still have Gyökeres. I know Madueke is out for 2 months, which is really disappointing. But we've still got attackers, bro. We have players. It's just whether or not the manager decides to.
Dude, Eke, so far, no one is giving any excuses to Arteta this season because look, he hasn't been excellent, but he hasn't done many stuff wrong. Like he's gotten the results, There
Look,
was like
I will
I think
say-
in my
I will
opinion
say-
it was the City
I
game.
will
That was
say,
the
I
only
guess,
bad game that he actually
this is
did bad in.
I get we can move on after this, but I will say I do think, considering the fixtures we've had, I'll take being 2 points behind Liverpool. Like, I don't think we've been playing particularly well. I thought we were really bad against Man City. We were terrible against Liverpool. We were terrible against United. A lot of the big games haven't been great. But in terms of the title race, this is why I think this is such a big result for us, because we are terrible at St James's Park. We're terrible. That was but going into that game, we had 1 win in 5, 1 win, 4 losses in 5 games.
Wait, at St James's Park or just in general?
At St James's Park.
Oh, okay.
At St James's Park. Yeah, our last 5 games at St James's Park, we had 1 win, 4 losses. But heading into that game, to go and win there only puts us 2 points behind Liverpool. And considering that we've played United away, which they're terrible, but we suck at Old Trafford. We've played Liverpool away, Man City at home, which we're at home, but it's a pretty difficult game, and Newcastle away, which we're terrible at. Those are 3 away grounds that we struggle at. To only be 2 points behind Liverpool, I'll take it. And we've got a favourable run coming up. Like, we've got West Ham on the weekend, which is again.
Yeah, I saw Rory's video on that. Y'all's next 5
Wait,
games
can we
are
talk
pretty
about
comfortable.
how heavy West Ham fell off? What happened to them?
Bro, they sacked Potter.
I think we should move on.
Yeah, we've been talking about Arsenal
We've been talking about Arsenal for a long time.
I guess we can before we
Go
get
to Baller of the Week.
Before we get onto that stuff, we can briefly talk about United, because
Fast. Well, United.
Does Amram go?
First of all,
he
Is
has
that
to
it
go.
for him?
Yes,
I think so.
Emmerich has to go. And look, and while I understand who do you bring in, Emmerich has to go. Like he's just, dude. I saw a stat that he's the fourth worst Premier League manager. No. To his first 33 games.
Second worst.
He was the second worst?
Second worst. Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Do you hear another stat? Since
Bro, United is terrible, guys. I can't blame him. I think United's that bad.
No, but the squad's not that bad. Like it's bad. I don't think they've got a squad to compete for Champions League football.
Guys,
When you've
Casemiro.
Bruno, hang on. When you've got Bruno Fernandes, Lenny Yoro, Brian Mbeumo, Mateus Cunha, when you've got this kind of talent, you cannot be this bad. Like what you got to do. I know it's not sustainable, but at some point you got to realize it's not working, and you just got to put the best players in their best position.
You know what's the problem?
Because look, under Ten Hag, right? That last season under Ten Hag, they were really, really bad. Yeah, Ten Hag had to go, but they finished 8th, which compared to United now is semi-respectable.
Wait, you know what it is though, Ekis? Is you said they have Mbeumo, Cunha, all of them. They don't have wingers. First of all, their only winger is Ahmad. He's like injured. But they're not wingers. They're not wingers, barely. They're not fast enough.
An out-and-out winger.
They're not fast enough to. They're not fast enough to be wingers or flashy enough to be.
Mbeumo's rapid.
And Mbeumo's quick, bro.
Mbeumo's rapid.
He's quick. He's fast.
That doesn't look like it to me. When I've watched them, they look.
Well, that's United, bro. That's what I'm.
But when you have Casemiro and Maguire and is still starting for you,
I agree. I think that's the issue. But the thing is, what about Kobbie Mainoo? Kobbie Mainoo is a ridiculous talent, and he just doesn't play.
I just don't think he's been that good either himself.
He'd rather play Manuel Ugarte. He'd rather play Manuel.
Well, I think the issue is that they went out looking for a striker when it's not.
But that's not the issue.
Defensive.
I don't think Emram is that dumb to where he wouldn't start Mainoo just for fun. Maybe he just
because Mainoo doesn't fit his system.
Mainoo fell off last.
I should have Bruno Fernandes a lot. He's their best player. Like he's their best player, and he plays him
by far.
He plays him in the pivot. He doesn't give Bruno. He's playing Bruno in a defensive role. Why? Like I think they have to get rid of him. He should have been gone ages ago. But
who do you think they bring in?
Iraola.
Southgate. They're rumoring Southgate.
Iraola.
Dude,
they should bring Xavi.
If Man United, if Iraola came in,
Xavi would be great.
Every team needs to look at Xavi. Every team is Xavi. First of all, Xavi's better than Arteta. First of all, let's be honest here. Second of all, Xavi's proven himself to be a winner. He's a winner. He won.
United don't need that now. United don't need a guy to come in, maybe win him a couple trophies, leave after 3 years, and they're in the same position.
Xavi built up Barca. Our team now is thanks to him. He brought in Koundé
Bro,
and made him
I'm
right back.
telling you, Iraola is the perfect manager for them. The perfect manager for them.
No, they don't need a new up and coming manager again.
Yes, they
That's
do.
not what they need.
Yes, they do.
Amarim was up and coming. Eric Kinhag was up and coming. All these guys they've had are up and coming.
Iraola's Premier League proven.
Yeah, with a smaller team.
A smaller team.
So was Graham Potter.
Bournemouth the fourth.
So was Graham Potter.
Right now.
Graham Potter was proven.
Bournemouth are above Man City.
Okay, but Graham Potter was
and
proven.
Spurs.
And the first 7 games, end the season, are they going to be there? No.
Anyway, look, United, they got battered. It was embarrassing. Bruno,
That Bruno miss.
I love
That Bruno
Bruno.
miss
It was
is
funny
insane.
seeing him miss the penalty. The only bad thing about that hate watch was Tesco scoring a tap in and not getting 007.
Vert's got 007, by the way. That's who got that.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
You're so worried about Sesko. You're so worried about Sesko.
Now he just got away from it.
Because when it's Sesko, it's sexual like assault. But when it's Vert, it's like
Okay, well,
it's okay, my baby. Like, come on, bro. We need to keep it.
Anyway,
We gotta keep it the same.
Anyway.
Okay, move on.
Well, I guess we could. What do you guys want to?
I think we got baller of the week, and then Stinker of
Baller
the
and
week.
Bozo.
Baller of the week.
Oh, Bozo of the week. Is
Who's your baller of the week?
Julian Alvarez.
I was
It
gonna
has
say.
to
I think we
It has
have to
to be
be Alvarez.
I think I was thinking Alvarez too.
It has to be
I'm
Julian
gonna go with
Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Well, I mean, showing up against Real Madrid the way that you do,
He
scoring
always
after game,
gets 5
Courtois.
goals.
No, I know, but I'm just saying on Courtois. Like,
I guess we should all come up with different ones.
True.
Okay, I'll take Julian Alvarez.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take Haaland. I'll say Haaland.
No, dude,
Like,
Haaland.
Was
Dude,
Haaland even good? Like,
okay. Don't get me
there
wrong.
was no
crashing
show
out
out.
the first hour.
Dude,
The first
he was
hour of that game
so
crashing
he was so like mid until he scored 2 goals.
He had an
which I know
assist
is
though. He
insane.
did have an assist.
No,
But there was
I
no one
know.
showed out this week. No one showed out this week. Like who
What?
really showed out? Like it was kind of a normal week. It wasn't
Alvarez.
Well, you took Alvarez.
Oh,
I'll
I don't know,
back
you
my
could
boy.
say-
I'll go with Timber. If I can't go with Alvarez, I'll go with Timber. He was phenomenal.
I mean,
I didn't watch any Serie A or Bundesliga.
you could
or
go.
Ligue 1, so I have no clue.
Pulisic balled out. He got a goal and an assist against Napoli.
I didn't watch that game.
I'm okay, but I'm just saying.
All right. Well, this guy
Pulisic-
didn't watch anything, so he'll probably just say Yamal.
Say Doku. Say Doku.
I'll say Yamal.
Or
I'll say
Pedri.
Yamal.
You could say Pedri.
All right.
I didn't watch.
What about Buzzer of the week?
Oh, I got it.
Verts.
I got it. Esteve. They got that scored 2 own goals and
Oh yeah.
error to goal versus Man City.
He is the true
1.9
bozo.
on Footmob, bro.
He is the true bozo.
Yeah.
I think,
Who's my Buzzer of the week? I'm just gonna go Ruben Amorim. It doesn't have to be a player.
I think I'm gonna
say.
say I'm gonna say Verts every week until he shows up.
Okay,
Every week.
bro.
Who's
I'm
the
gonna-
other Judge against Spurs?
You're overhating.
Anyway, we can end it with sort of a bit of
UCL
a preview.
predictions.
So obviously we've got Champions League games in midweek. We will be back sort of talking about the Champions League action. The big one is PSG against Barcelona. Now, as we said before, they do have injuries. Both teams do, more so PSG.
Oh,
Barcelona
now
have
it's
injuries
more
as
so
well.
crazy.
But how do we think this game's going to go? Because I
If
think
we're being
PSG, I'm gonna go with Barcelona to win just because of the injuries.
No, I agree. I think Barcelona are going to end up winning this game. I think Yamal's going to ball out. I'm not going to lie. I think he's going to be the best player on the pitch.
They need to
by
employ,
far.
They need to double
I
up.
think
Mendes because we've seen
hungry.
Mendes get the better of Yamal at 1v1. But when
No.
when
We
you
have,
double up with Mendes,
But we've also seen Lamine get the better of him 2 years ago.
When?
2
Not-
years
not-
ago.
No,
3
like a
years
year-
ago.
No, a year ago. Literally a year ago. In the Champions League quarterfinal.
That was 2 years ago.
It was a year and a half at this point. But
Bro, why are you bringing up
April
2 seasons ago?
What's
Dude,
And
Nuno
you guys
Mendes
got-
is
you
the
guys
best
got-
fullback
What do
in
you
the
mean?
world
They
right
both
now.
got better. They both changed. Lamine Yamal's game against Nuno in the summer wasn't even
All
that
my
bad. That
days.
double
Dude,
team.
okay.
That double
Look,
team.
look.
Anyway, we'll move on. I think just because of the players PSG have out, I think Barcelona are gonna win.
I think Barcelona's gonna win no matter what. But
Barca-
now we're just gonna
Okay,
have
bro,
we're
this
gonna
guy,
have
you're just
Right,
Why
and
would we're
deluded
playing at
Are there any
home?
other-
We're
You're
you're a
playing
deluded
at
Barca
home.
fan, but it's okay.
We're playing
No.
at home. Why wouldn't we win?
No.
Like, what?
We're saying you're gonna win. In my opinion, you're gonna win just because of the injuries, but that's fine.
No,
that
that's
happens.
Not true. That's not true.
Okay. What's
Are
another
there-
game?
Are there any other big
Man
games in the
City.
Champions League?
We play Monaco away, which I've never seen. Well, actually, City
Monaco's
played
trash.
Monaco like 10
They
years
don't
ago.
Monaco's
have
trash.
Mbappe anymore. They could.
They beat you. They beat you last season.
They also lost 4-0 to Bruges.
And they still beat you.
Brugge.
Wait, but they beat you though.
We had a
We've
red
got-
card.
We've
We
got,
had a red
we've got-
card.
Still
we've got
beat
Olympiacos.
Why are you bringing up
You
years
still-
ago? Why are you bringing up last season?
No, I'm bringing
No,
up
no,
last
no, no,
season.
don't
I'm
bring
bringing
up last season, 'cause
you said 2 seasons ago.
it was season and a half ago, actually.
It was the 23-24 season. We're in the
Season and a half.
25-26
Season
seasons.
and a half. No, but that's you're counting
Anyway,
years.
look,
Count time.
We've got Olympiacos, which is a big game for me because
Is it away?
I've got Greek heritage.
Is it away?
No, it's at home. My Greek
Okay.
team, Panathinaikos, we are big rivals with Olympiacos.
Poverty. You guys are poverty.
Plus,
Olympiacos is big.
Bro, what?
plus,
Because y'all are gonna win that
obviously
game. Y'all are
we've
gonna
got
destroy that
history
game.
against Olympiacos, and they knocked us out of the Europa League. So yeah, let's just batter them. I want to see Max Dowman get minutes. I think this is the perfect game to give Max Dowman some minutes at home in the Champions League against a side that we should be beating. I wouldn't start him, but I definitely think he should come off the bench. Probably.
I have a question. What's your what's your what's your guys pre knockout Champions League winner?
Well, that's I don't know. If
It's
I had
impossible
to give
tell
one
this
now,
early.
if I had to give one now, honestly, Bayern are looking good. I'm just say Bayern.
I'd say
I
think
Bayern
Bayern.
have been the best team.
Bayern are a candidate.
I'd say Bayern have been the best teams to start the season so far.
Are you mad? Are you mad it's not Barca, Adam?
They play in a trash league, but we'll let it slide, I guess. The
The league is meaty as well, but okay.
not
Dude,
as bad as-
okay. You
Bro.
can't use that argument versus Bayern
Guys,
because we've
one
seen them prove it
fixture,
against.
okay. I
Kane-
can't lie. I can't lie.
Kane is
One
that
fixture
bad.
that's caught my eye: Galatasaray Liverpool.
Is it a Galatasaray?
It's washed. It's just a washed team versus
Sane's
Bro,
gonna show up. He always does
Sane's
against Liverpool.
washed.
But it's Liverpool. He always shows up
Galatasaray
against
is just
Liverpool.
washed ballers.
I
And
can't
then-
lie. I could see Galatasaray doing something.
Dude, they have insane home fans. So,
Mourinho's heading back to Stamford Bridge as well.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
You don't have the corruption.
Galatasaray are like a Bundesliga type team for me, so I could see Wirtz scoring there.
They don't have a corruption of the.
I could see
Turkish
Wirtz
league
scoring
behind
there.
them, bro.
Guys, this week is terrible.
It's so bad.
It's literally it's Barca.
Outside of the Barcelona PSG game where all the top players are injured. Like
I know it's just
Well,
a bad. week.
outside of that
you
game,
have the-
these fixtures are terrible.
If you
Let's
really want to
just hope
watch,
for
if
some
you want to
upsets
watch good
because-
games, you could watch the U20
I mean,
World Cup.
Real Madrid played Kairat Almaty away.
Bro,
Who the
honestly,
fuck is Kairat Almaty?
we want big teams to lose. Like we want Arsenal to
Bro,
get upset.
How did some of these teams qualify? Spurs have got Bodo Glimt.
No, Bodo
Okay,
Glimt
but-
has been coming. Okay,
Bodo
if you
Glimt
know
are
real
are
ball,
always in Europe. In
no, if
European
you know
football.
real ball, Bodo Glimt has been coming up the past few seasons, bro. Like last season, they made the
I
semifinals.
mean, bro, Bayern are playing Paphos FC, a Cypriot team away from home. What the fuck's a Cypriot team doing in the Champions League?
But is Panathinaikos in the Champions League?
No, we're in the Europa League.
Okay, but Ekis,
Exactly.
it's only this because look,
Bro,
the
we're
match
top of
week
the
after that,
table. We won 4-1 away from home. In the Europa
match
League.
week after that, it's gonna be stacked. Arsenal, Atletico, Newcastle,
Arsenal,
Benfica, Barcelona,
Atletico.
Oh
Let's go.
yay!
The
Hey,
Haram
yay!
Madrid, Juventus. It's gonna be some pretty good games.
Arteta versus Simeone. Like,
Arteta
Saddam
versus-
Hussein versus like.
Arteta versus Arteta with trophies.
No, if we're gonna be yeah. Now, if we're being honest, the Champions League is looking. I mean, it's still very early, Adam, to say like the actual contender. I just said Bayern just to get one out there. That you can't go wrong with Bayern, but
I'd say
I mean,
Bayern
I'm
would be the favourites at the moment based off of how the season started, but it's so open. Like
yeah,
you've
no,
got-
it's
like,
it's
at
way
this
too
point
early.
last season, PSG.
We were saying Liverpool. It was everyone was
Bro,
saying
we got to
Liverpool.
Christmas. Liverpool were the favourites. PSG were terrible.
Dude, I'm convinced it started with us. We were beating PSG 2-0 at halftime, and then something happened.
Yeah,
at halftime.
yeah, yo.
And then
that's
PSG
actually-
just turned up from
They
there.
sacrificed someone in the locker room and then came
Dude,
back
yeah,
out.
something
It's-
happened, bro, because they turned up that second half like how they did the rest of the season, which is
Yeah, so
insane.
look, it's too early to tell, but
It's all City's fault, man.
Look,
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say is I can guarantee you this. I can promise both of you that Barca will not be winning the Champions League. It's bound to happen. They're not going to. They're not good enough. And once you see it happen, you're gonna be like, oh,
I've seen it happen,
was right.
but you know what it is? It makes you more confident. It grows your confidence because listen, you get closer every year. Listen, we went from the quarterfinal, semi-final. Now it's the final. And if we lose the final, we go to the final. We win it.
Bro, we
next
did the same.
Wait, but this happened to
the
you on the
year. We'll see you in the
We went
final.
from the
Then.
quarterfinal to the
We'll
semi.
see you in the final. We'll see you in the
Adam,
final.
but this happened in 2019, in
Get
2018
ready.
too.
Get ready.
You made
Wait, get ready. You'll have 93% possession, 1-0 from a corner. Boom. Suck shit. And anyway,
dude, Adam.
When Lamine
This
Yamal
already happened
fries
to
Timber
you.
and sends
in
him back
20
to
in
Netherlands.
2018,
why would
we got
Lamine
knocked out by
Yamal be on
Roma
Timber?
in
Timber's a right back, you
quarterfinals,
fucking idiot.
Is he?
then in
Okay.
semis.
Sure.
You're gonna go down again.
Lewis Skelly's gonna pocket that fucking pen, that fucking
Uh-huh.
dribble merchant,
Yeah.
bro.
Yes.
Dribble
Will he
merchant.
even start? You know, listen, Bolo, let me tell you something. 2019 was a different year. We weren't overall a good team. We just had the greatest player of all time.
No,
And I think,
I'm just.
and we had the best version of Messi ever. He was everything: a scorer, a controller, a creator, everything. He could do everything at that season, bro. He led in every stat, every attacking stat. It's not comparable. Barca's gonna win everything this year, treble winners, and then
Dude, you're not even gonna win La Liga, bro. You're not. I could see Atletico winning this
Okay.
league. I don't know why. Atletico is the
Bro.
type of team that just
they're
go up
already
with
like
this
5
league.
points behind, dude. Like what?
So
So
Weren't
they're gonna be 8 points when we beat them again, so-
Atletico winning the Champions League is crazy.
no, not the Champions League. I said league. La
Oh,
Liga.
absolutely
La
not.
Liga.
You know, I feel bad for Atletico. They should have won at least one Champions League. They
Uh,
always
Barcelona,
choke it.
Barcelona gonna win La Liga.
Yeah, bro.
Anyway, do you guys have any final thoughts? Anything you want to talk about?
No, honestly, I'm
Pretty
good.
meaty week in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
Are we
we're gonna
Don't-
cover.
Don't expect
We're gonna
Fridays.
cover
Don't expect
the
Friday's pod
new-
to be this long because it.
Unless like Galatasaray win and like
Yeah,
Arsenal
wait.
choke.
Are
We want
we?
big teams to lose. To be honest, like
Are we? We talk about next weekend's fixtures on Friday, right?
who plays
No.
this weekend?
On Friday we talk about Champions League.
We preview, of course.
Yeah, but we also give our.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Anyway,
Okay.
Who plays?
thanks everyone for listening. I'm really excited about this pod. I'm really excited.
I think we're gonna do pretty good. I think we're gonna.
I thought
It's gonna be fun. It's fun. It's fun more than anything.
Yeah, we'll see you on Friday. Peace.
All right.
Peace out,
Bye.
guys.